the Mario J. Romano Field at Plymouth North High School for the 2023 Battle of the Rock, Steve. We are here once again, another Thanksgiving. Hope everyone is doing well. We got quite a game on our hands today. We have two teams that have kind of been up and down all season with some great wins, some tough losses, and they're out here to battle today because those wins and losses really don't matter. When you talk to these kids, this game is what makes or breaks the season, right? I mean, this is important. It's their inner town rivalry, and so that the passion is still there. The drive to win is here on the field. So we're very excited because I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a battle. My prediction, Steve, it's going to go right to the end. So on the field, if you look, it is breezy. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful out there, but it is a little breezy, like it always is at Plymouth North High School. The flag is blowing almost in every direction right now. So, you know, which side of the field you take first, if you defer, I don't think it really matters because the flag is blowing everywhere. It is at half-mast for Rosalind Carter. Obviously, we lost a great lady last week, so it is at half-staff for her, in case you were wondering. Steve, keys to the game, what are you thinking?
Well, you know, we can't believe that we're here already, first of all. It's amazing that a year has gone by. We've waited all year finally to get back to this point. And there's such a rich history. Hold on one second. Let me just get this.
There it is.
Bring that thing onto the screen.
Can you see it?
Get a shot of that. I'm not sure if this is on there or not. But this game goes back 1994 is the first time these teams played. So today is the 27th meeting, and it's just full of history. And just going back the past couple of games here, you have had South on a roll. Plymouth South has won at least the last 4 games, and I don't want to take anything away from one of those Plymouth North victories along the way. That was the year that Plymouth South actually went to the Super Bowl, so they had to play a lot of their, second-string players to reserve the first-string players for the Super Bowl game that happened afterwards. So on that game, North did win that game, and I don't know if we can qualify that as a win or not. So
Steve,
in my book,
Steve, a win's a win.
No, I understand.
So
and when I look at how these teams matched up over the past years, I see the last legitimate North victory dating back to 2018. That's when I saw the last victory. So, I guess keys to the game today for South is their running game. They've got a very, very strong running game. So that ball's going to be on the ground, and you know as well as I do, any running game is predicated on blocking. So sitting up on the offensive line for South, you're going to see Stevie Kirchdorf, you're going to see Ben Fischette, you're going to see Finn Burr, Brad Leonard, you're going to see Jacob Duffy, Matt Eliason. So look for those individuals there on the line, setting up the block for the run for South. So
it looks like we got the North Eagles entering the field right now. You can see the excitement as they're running down the field. For some of them will be their last organized football game. So what makes this even more special is just they know this is the last time they're going to strap on these helmets with this team. And again, for some of them, the last time they will do it in organized football. So this is great to see.
And then, getting back to where we were with South keys to the game, keys to victory for South. Defensively, you'll see South, they'll move in and out of different looks defensively. They got a 3-man front, 4-man front. They have this Logan Watts, number 22. You'll see him popping up all over the formation and blitzing. So he's a wild card in this game. And then somebody else I want to mention for South is
let's get to the national anthem, and then we can continue with keys to the game, because there's a lot to look for in this game, particularly this year. by the combined Plymouth North, Plymouth South High School marching band. They do such a great job, particularly at this game, really getting the crowd going. Our VPA does an unbelievable job throughout the district, providing programs, providing opportunities for kids, whether it's concerts, musicals, art shows. They do such a great job in this district, really showcasing kids' talents, because not everyone, is on a football field, but most kids are very talented at playing instruments, with their artwork. So it's great to get them all involved in such a special day like this, but couldn't be more proud of the VPA Department of Visual Performing Arts here at the Plymouth Public Schools. So you were talking, Keys, to the game, and I would say you talked a little bit about the running game on the south side of the ball. One of the kids I talked to Coach Frew last night is so proud of, and he's such an athlete, is Justin LaChance, and Justin's like the double-headed dragon. He can take the ball out of the backfield, but he also can receive the ball and provide positive yards that can change the dynamic of the game, just that one athlete alone. So they're going out there for the coin toss. It'll be interesting, as you can see the flags blowing towards us. I don't know which side. It's probably the sun is going to have to do with, if you defer and you want the ball in the second half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, looking at the way that flag is blowing, it's going across the field. Anyone trying to return a punt and field any of that they've got their hands full trying to determine where the landing spot is going to be for that. And that kicking game is one of the strengths of Plymouth South. They have Ian Warnick, who wait do you see the leg on him, because he's able to pin teams back and then allow South to have great field position or leave North, working from their own end within their 10. So his kicking game is really going to be a big piece, special teams of this Plymouth South.
And I asked him what his highlight of his season was, and he kicked a professional ball this year, a 35-yard field goal already this year. So, this win, it might be a little more challenging, but hey, if you can kick a 35-yard field goal, you got something special out there, and so you're always in play. You're always getting positive points on the board. But that 35 for a high school kicker is quite an accomplishment. He's very proud of that.
Yeah, a lot of times what you'll see in these high school games is they'll just go for it on fourth down every time and not even bother with kicking. But from what I've seen with South, they will punt the ball rather than trying to go for it again on fourth. So that's how confident they are in Ian Warnick.
And you think about on the north side of the ball, Coach Whidden last night when we spoke very highly of his team. It was a pleasure coaching these kids, and they just got along through the ups and downs. They stayed focused. They had energy. They got along. It was a very easy team to coach, and he has quite a few seniors where this will be their last game, and he couldn't be more proud of those kids and how they stayed as a team through thick and thin. And sometimes that's hard, Steve, when the season's not going the way you want it to go, to keep kids together. It's coaching, but it's also the makeup of your team. And I think it helps that there's a lot of veterans, a lot of seniors on that team that help to do that this year. So, all right, looks like North is kicking the ball off. It's going to go to about the 15-yard line. A nice tackle.
The return is by Panthers number 9, Nicholas Quadrico.
So Nick Quadrico took that ball. Nick actually plays both sides of the ball as well. Nick's one of the young players that Coach Frew relies on heavily.
Coach Fruzzetti has quite a list of young players there on this South team. They're made up of a good bunch of starting sophomores on this team. So that's including their quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sophomore. He spoke very highly of Tim DeRocha when I talked to him last night, and just seeing Tim. He's a dual threat back there. So you'll probably see today, nice handoff to Justin LaChance. Stood up by the Plymouth North defense. Didn't get much there. It looked like Dayton Coster had a nice tackle.
So that's going to be one of the keys to North's success today, is stopping that ground game of South, like we just saw right there. You've got Brian Russell, who is in on that tackle. Nick Delafano's got to be in on these things. Tevin in, and then the linebackers will have to plug up some of those gaps there. Killian Murphy, Kevin Morera, and Dayton Costa will have to help out.
They're going to give it right back to Justin LaChance, who finds a little bit of a hole there. So gained a positive yardage there.
Justin LaChance on the run for a pickup of about 2 yards.
That 2-yard gain.
Brings up Panthers, third down.
So obviously South has gone to the run pretty early, utilizing the talents of Justin LaChance, who is a 3-sport athlete, by the way. He has football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and then he has track and field in the spring. And he's a he is expected to be captain of all three. He's already a captain here in football, but he's got such great leadership skills as well. So it's great to see kids play multiple sports. And you just saw, as I talked, Tim DeRocher is kind of a dual threat. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball. Looks like number 22 for Plymouth South High School, Logan Watts, with a great, got open, had a little bit of open space, and was able to produce positive yards, and it's a first down. That's the first down for Plymouth South High School. As to get back to a young quarterback like Tim DeRocher, to be able to command a huddle with the Justin LaChance's, some of the veteran players on the South team, and he does such a great job as a young player. And you're going to see it today. You're going to see, if he needs to, he can use his legs, and it's going to go right back to Justin LaChance for about 3 or 4 yards there on the carry. But Plymouth, I'll tell you right now, Plymouth North High School is really doing a nice job keeping the runs to a 2 to 3 yard limit, and that's going to help Plymouth North stay in this game if they can continue to stop the run like they are.
Well, and Justin LaChance, that's number 3 for South. You're going to see him with a bulk of the workload today, because as we entered the booth today and prepared, one of the coaches from South informed us that Plymouth South were.
There he goes. He's going to roll out of the pocket. Was able to get the ball. A dangerous pass there for Timmy DeRocher. He had a hand on his shirt, and he was able to get rid of the ball, but that's one of those things, probably ball protection there would have been the best choice. Anytime you throw off balance like that, we've seen it with Mac Jones and the Patriots. Sometimes you just throw it off balance, it can cause turnover, and we don't want a turnover this early in the game for Plymouth South High School. Again, great defense by Plymouth North High School, going after the quarterback like that. Really forced Tim DeRocher to almost make a mistake there, but you can see how he rolls out of the pocket and is able to create some opportunities just by doing that, and North had the answer to that. Looks like a reverse to Justin LaChance with some positive yards, but right there again, Plymouth North High School, number 16 for Plymouth North High School, made a nice tackle there. Sean King. Sean, Plymouth North High School is such a great leader on this team. We talk about Coach Whidden talking about some of the key players on the team that have such great leadership skills, and I think Sean is one of those kids. All around nice kid, very athletic, loves football, has a passion for the game, but also is a great guy in the locker room as well to keep the team together.
Yeah, actually, I think Sean King had a couple of snaps last year as the North quarterback.
Yep, up. Tough snap right there. He just boots it away. Number 4 for Plymouth North High School with the block.
That's Riley.
Riley Garsh was right there. Unfortunately, Ian Warnick had a tough decision to make. Do you fall on it? Do you kick it? I think falling on it was probably the best decision to have. You don't want to put it in someone's hands, and there's nobody behind the punter there. There's nobody behind. Once they get that ball, they get free and clear to the end zone. So that seems to be the first mistake we've had here. So this is going to give Plymouth North High School great field position. First and 10 at the 31-yard line. Only a couple of good passes to the red zone.
So as we were coming into the booth, and we started to say earlier that South is without two of their main starters. So this changes the game book for South and the complexion of the entire game.
Seamus Whiting to number 8, Dayton Costa.
Seamus Whiting, pass complete to Eagles, number 8.
And
Dayton
I'm
Costa.
sure when North received the news that South was going to be showing up with, missing two of their key players, that this just invigorated their
Changed the dynamic a little bit.
their locker room. Yeah, I mean, so the pendulum has completely swung in a different direction with the lineup change there. So.
All right, so Seamus Whiting, one for one, and they hand it off. Nice handoff to Killian Murphy. Got some positive yards. He's a big boy. You got to takes two guys to take him down, but he enough for a first down there. Killian Murphy looks like we got some momentum here on the Plymouth North High School side. Looks like they're going to enter the red zone here. We'll see what Seamus Whiting has up his sleeves here. Yeah, that would be. I'd like to see that again because he broke a few tackles there going in. So there's one tackle, two tackle. Take the next two guys to bring him down. Still positive yards. So he brought down some large Plymouth South High School football players. Nice run by Killian Murphy. All right, another handoff. Looks like Killian again. Right, we do have a flag on the play. Flag on the play.
It looks like maybe a hold.
Yeah, it looks possible hold. Yep, it is a hold on North High School, so they'll bring that back. But again, it just shows you Killian Murphy's strength to be able to. I mean, he went right up the middle and brought some players with him. I think you're going to see a lot of Killian Murphy today.
I do want to say this about North's offense. They've got a balanced approach. They're not running the entire game. They will mix it up. You'll see two different people running that ball. You'll see Zemotel. You'll see Killian Murphy. You'll also see Seamus loves throwing the deep ball. Loves it. Loves the deep ball, right? So you're going to see him going deep to Riley Garsh or to Brennan Keefe on the outside. And even Zemotel out in the flat or some of these underneath soft areas in between the zones. So they've got a balanced approach anyway. This is my point with North.
All right. Nice pass again. Looks like quick pass, quick out. Looks like gained some positive yards. So Killian Murphy again. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball, similar to Justin LaChance. Killian's an athletic kid that can do almost anything on the football field. Plus, he's got, as you saw already in the short time that we've been playing, the strength that he has. That you can't take him on one-on-one. You're going to need a group of guys to help bring him down. And I think you'll see some adjustments here on the south side to really focus on where he is at all times. But then you got to be careful, like you mentioned, they can throw the ball. All right, Seamus Whiting again goes back to number 7, Brennan Keefe. One of the things Coach Whidden talked about last night was Brennan Keefe hasn't played since his freshman year, and how surprised he has and what a key member of this team he's been. To take a few years off and then come back and be able to produce as much as he did this year, Coach Whidden was extremely proud to talk about Brennan Keefe and what an important part of the game for Plymouth North High School he is.
And at 6'3" or 6'4", that's a nice little option, right?
Yeah, he can, and you just saw it there. He's a big body to cover.
Yeah, that's a nice target for Seamus, the quarterback there.
You got Riley Gosh on the other side, Brennan Keefe on the right. Looks like you said, Steve, they like to air it out. Wow, oh, he's open. Number 2. What a catch. Logan Zemotel for the touchdown. What a pass by Seamus Whiting. I would like to see that on replay if there's a possibility to kind of see that catch, because it almost looked like a one-handed catch that he was able to bring in. It was off the mark, but a great throw, great catch. So let's take a look at that again, Steve. And that just shows the athleticism of Logan Z. Maltel that he was able to do that. And it looked like Seamus knew exactly where to put that ball. We'll see the replay after the extra point, see what happens.
That just showcases.
And it looks like it's good.
Showcases North's ability to spread the ball out in a number of different plays.
Yeah.
So
you can see just the one-arm catch by Logan Z. Motel, and it's a great pass. He put it where only Logan can get it.
And amazing coordination to pull that in one-handed.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a little more of that too between those two. They look like they've got some chemistry there.
Well, fun fact about Z. Motel, actually plays piano.
Oh wow!
So maybe
he's
that's why
he's a renaissance.
That's
man.
why he's able to pull that in with his left hand. He's got that coordination, that dexterity. But that is a beautiful catch by Z. Motel. And the other part of Z. Motel's game is he's a punt returner, and he is deadly. Mm-hmm. In 6 seconds, he's up the field and scoring. It's amazing to watch him. And I spoke to him about it. I said, is this something you can like practice? How do you figure this out? He says he just surveys the field, sees where the openings are, and then just hits those openings and gets himself to the promised land.
Well, I'd say Plymouth North High School has had some experience of playing very good teams this season. There are 3 games where they played against teams that are heading to the Super Bowl. Duxbury, they played, and also Marshfield, they had to play twice in 3 weeks. Great tackle by number 21 from Plymouth North High School, Lakeem Moores.
Robert Anzalone, taken down by Eagles number 21, Lakai Moores.
All right, we are going to highlight the Plymouth North volleyball team. They had a very successful season this year. So great to have all the sports that are happening here. So let's take a look.
Volleyball had a great season this year with a record of 13-7, placing 3rd in the Patriot League.
We qualified for the MIAA state tournament, placing 27th in the power rankings. We were one of 5 teams in the state to receive the AVCA All-American Academic Award.
Accomplishments this season were made by Caitlin Montgomery, scoring her 500th kill, along with Jasmine Filippini, breaking the single-season assist record. All-stars this year were Jasmine Filippini and Caitlin Montgomery. Caitlin also won league MVP.
Their program, they were just at PCIS last week running like clinics for the PCIS kids, so they're very heavily involved in building a strong program. So making that connection to the middle school is so important. So these kids, when they go up, they already know about the program, they know the kids, the coaches, so that's a great opportunity for our kids over at PCIS. All right, looks like another handoff to Justin LaChance, who's got some open space. Are they going to be able to catch him? He got caught up in his own block, but he's still moving. His feet are still moving, and it looks like he was dragged down by number 3 from Killian Murphy, who's kind of doing it all.
Yeah, I would say that, you know, if South is going to stay in this game, they're really going to have to rely heavily on their captain, number 3. Now, with the way that the roster looks and the people that are not available, you're going to see a lot of Justin LaChance today. There's no doubt about that.
I would say, and Coach Frew last night talked about him being the MVP of his team at South High School. He's just an all-around nice kid, smart kid, leader. But right now we're going to head over to look at the golf team at Plymouth North High School.
Hi, I'm Sam Magnarelli,
And I'm Spencer Cates.
and we're the captains of the Plymouth North golf team,
The Plymouth North golf team finished with the 2023 season with a record of 8-8.
beating Marshfield and Situate in our final 2 matches to qualify for the MIAA state tournament at Easton Country Club.
Go Eagles!
All right, that was the Plymouth North golf team. Fun fact, I was on the Plymouth North golf team, not because I was good, because I like free golf. So I tell kids when they get to high school, play golf. It's probably the only time in your life you're going to be able to play free golf. You know, throughout the season, play a lot of golf. So great for them. It's great. Again, they highlight all these the sports and the athletes and things that are going on in the building. It's so great to see kids involved and connected to their school and their team. Another handoff to Justin LaChance, who's going to try to get around, but he's going to be met by 3 or 4 Plymouth North High School students, led by number 20 for Plymouth North High School, Kevin Morera.
Yeah, Kevin Morera's almost like a utility knife. He's got all these different gifts out there. I've seen him blocking punts. I've seen him in on blitzes. Kevin Morera is just a really versatile player out there in the field for Coach Frusetti.
Yeah, you can see already, Steve, when we talked the keys to the game in the beginning, Justin LaChance in the run game. So he was able to get some space on the last 2 touches, but I mentioned in the beginning, Nick DeRocha, you got to watch him at all times because he can use his legs, and he did there, gained probably about 3 or 4 yards on the play. So you got to keep your eyes on DeRocha.
We were talking about golf a few minutes ago, and we have on North Wade Ruska, and Wade's actually works over at Crosswinds Golf Course, likes golfing himself, and
Can't play golf and football at the same season, though.
no, you can't. He and Wade and I we talked about his. He's a center for North, is in charge of snapping the ball, and we talked about the technique of that. But he'd mentioned that he worked over at the golf course, and spends a lot of time there.
All right. Looks like we have a flag. I don't. You see a flag on that? Is that a timeout?
Yeah, that could
All right,
be.
there's a timeout. Timmy DeRocha, as a young sophomore coach. Oh, all right, we're going to look at the senior football captains coming up.
Hi, I'm Callie Barbosa, cheer team.
Sean King, number 16, safety.
Killian Murphy, number 3, running back and linebacker.
Dane Costa, number 8, linebacker.
Keegan Carr, number 41, kicker and punter.
Gabby Colarusso, cheer team.
Brian Russell, number 58, O-line and D-line.
Matthew Tull, number 6, DB.
Brandon Keefe, number 7, wide receiver.
Josh Brunel, number 17, safety.
Mary McDonald, cheer team.
Sean Coleman, number 66, D-line University.
Seamus Whiting, number 10, quarterback.
Riley Garsh, number 4, D-line and receiver.
Logan Zimotel, number 2, wide receiver and DB.
Go Eagles!
Go Eagles!
This is such a great feature, Steve, to be able to see the students and highlight them not just on the field, but have put a face with the helmet.
Yeah, and I want to say too with the EDTV and how things have just changed over the course of 7 years since we've been doing this. Every year, EDTV is adding new features to bring us programming that looks more and more professional each year. So
it makes us feel like we got to do things to make it look more professional, and right?
Yeah, I almost stayed in the night before. It's getting to that point.
Yeah. All right. So Plymouth South High School has the ball on the 45-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be another Nick DeRocha run. Looks like that is a first down for Timmy DeRocha. Timmy, before we went and heard from the captains of Plymouth High School, again, Coach Frusetti said it was a battle for the quarterback, and Nick just with his poise and hard work, and he just kind of took that position over, and he's had as a sophomore. It's the first time Coach Fruse had started a sophomore for about 7 years with Hunter Dean, who was the quarterback at that point. 40 passes for 467 yards and 3 touchdowns for Nick DeRocha. So he's had as a sophomore, he's had a great season so far, and it's the best is to come, I believe, when you get a young quarterback like this. Provides you with many opportunities. So that's another Justin LaChance. Looks like he got tripped up by number 4 for Plymouth North High School, Riley Garsh.
So I did have a chance to speak with Timmy DeRocha. He said I could call him Timmy D.
Okay.
He said a lot of the older people call him that. And
all right.
So I don't know what that's about, but that's what I felt like calling him. And he was saying that he's got this connection. He's got Brad Leonard out there, and Brad Leonard is snapping the ball to him. You'll see Brad out there. He's a sophomore. Brad is. And so is Timmy DeRocha, both sophomores. And as we said earlier, the South team is sprinkled with youngsters. And he said this connection there.
Oh, right now, Justin LaChance gets free. Nice tackle. Well, it looked like the ball may have got loose, but it may have been out of bounds. I believe that's number 6 for Plymouth North High School, Matt Tull, with a nice tackle. Justin was on his way if Tull didn't get brought down there.
So Tim explains when he lines up and he's under center and he's receiving the snap, he said those two, Brad and himself, are so in sync, and Brad is so good at his delivery of the ball that he doesn't have to think about anything else. He doesn't have to worry that ball is not going to be delivered properly. He can then look out, survey the field, and understand what's coming at him from the defense. So it is a nice level of comfort, that chemistry between those two players.
So we're already at the end of the first quarter. Plymouth North High School came out quick on their first possession and scored a really nice pass from Seamus Whiting to Logan Z. Motel off of a kind of a mix-up on a punt, but great field position. So we're going to head over to the Plymouth North High School cheer video.
The Plymouth North High School cheerleading team has competed at 3 invitationals: the Patriot League Championship, South Regional Tournament, and the State Championship.
Our best invitational was at Durfee High School, where we placed 2nd place against 4 teams.
Following the Durfee Invitational, we competed at our Patriot League Championship, where we qualified for the South Regional Championship.
At regionals, we placed 5th out of 16 teams in Division II, and have qualified to compete at the State Championship.
All right, so what do we notice in that first quarter, Steve, for both Plymouth North and Plymouth South High School?
I'll tell you what, this is what I noticed. We have a game in our hands. This game now is going to be a back and forth matchup between, I think, 2 even rosters at this point now, with the 2 subtractions on South, the 2 players that are unavailable. We've got a game that's completely up for grabs, as you can tell by the score. So very
it looks like the ball got loose there. Justin made a quick shift, and it looks like North is celebrating that North may have recovered another mistake on Plymouth South High School to turn the ball over. So North will get the ball back on the 30-yard line. If I could see a replay there to see what happened, it looks like he shifted, he shifted in, and then the ball got loose out of his hands. Ball protection, yes, please. Replay would be great. You can see he shifts in that way, and looks like the linebacker got his hand on it, and I'm trying to get the number. Got his hand on it. What a great play. What a great defensive play. His eyes were on the ball. Saw that Justin only had one hand on the ball. Put his hand in as Justin shifted in to find a hole. And now we turn the ball over again to Plymouth North High School. So we're going to give the ball back to the hands of Seamus Whiting, who, Steve, you said in the beginning, likes to throw the ball, but looks like he can use his legs as well. And brought down nicely, but positive yards for Plymouth North High School. Brought down by number 58 of Plymouth South High School, Stephen Korchendorfer. What a great tackle.
I mean, back to the fumble there by Justin. I think over time, you're going to see him get so many carries that it's going to be exhausting. There will be some attrition that sets in over the course of the game. So it's not an easy task.
All right, hand off to number 3 for Plymouth North High School, Killian Murphy. Some positive yards. Looks like he may have gained 4 yards on the play.
I mean,
one of the things too, Steve, with a turnover like that, Plymouth South High School defense has been on the field, and the way that Plymouth North has been grinding the ball, you got to worry about fatigue out there this early in the game for Plymouth South High School's defense, and some of those guys play both sides of the ball. So.
And as we get deeper into the game, there'll be clock management too to worry about. Now, if they want to just take their time and run it.
Seamus has got
drive
Looks
alive.
like he's got a big tackle. Looks like a sack by number 16. His shirts are folding up, so I can't get the. Is it 62 at Plymouth North High School? These shirts folded up. So Finnegan Burr with a great tackle, and that's a young player that Coach Frew talked about last year. Has been a pleasant surprise on the Plymouth South High School side of the ball. Just when we talk about young players, Finnegan Burr is a sophomore. His looking at some stats, he's had 10 tackles this year for Plymouth South High School. So as a sophomore, that's a nice contribution. All right, we got a flag. It could be a false start on North High School. That's not something they wanted after taking a loss with that sack on Finnegan Burr to then false start will bring them back even further. So North has to, take advantage of those opportunities when given, particularly around turnovers.
Now 2nd and 20 from the 36.
So they're going to be 2nd and 20 here with about 9 minutes and 44 seconds in the half. Again, Plymouth North High School scores early for a 7-0 lead.
We were talking about Finn Burr and the young folks that are on this, that make up some of that South team.
Make up that. What a pass back to his favorite target, Logan Z. Motel. That's a professional pass. He shakes some tackles. He's all the way in the end zone, Steve. Chased down by number 21, Plymouth South High School, Jacob Barton, but could not catch Logan Z. Motel for his 2nd touchdown. That was a beautiful pass. He had time. Seamus Whiting had time, but Logan Z. Motel got to open space, and the timing was impeccable of when that ball hit Logan in motion, so he didn't have to stop and catch the ball. He caught it in motion. And hopefully we'll be able to see that replay after the field goal. But that's what Plymouth North needed to. They had a sack, they had a penalty, and they made up for it right there and made it look easy.
Yeah, and that's his 2nd catch of the day, and in for a TD. He is a very talented player, and I'm sure we're going to see him on special teams again.
Yeah, let's see if we can take a look at this replay again and just show you how talented both Seamus Whiting and Logan Z. Motel. Look, he breaks right there. He caught it in motion. A couple missed tackles by Plymouth South High School, and you're not going to catch him at that point. You're looking at his numbers. And Barton tried to catch him, but Logan gets open space, and he's, as you just saw there, Steve, he's another one that's tough to bring down. He's got some speed to him, good hands. Maybe it's the piano. I don't know.
There's certainly not a piano on his back the way he runs.
No.
He is very fast. And from what I hear, one of the fastest on the North team right there. And he is...
Looked like the middle linebacker thought that Seamus was going to run, so he kind of turned. And as he turned, Logan was able to break loose, and Seamus found him right in his hands, right in his mittens. So very impressed so far with Plymouth North High School spreading the ball out a little bit, too. As you saw in the beginning, Seamus Whiting breaking a few tackles, getting into the red zone, and then Seamus can get rid of the ball out of his hands. He gets the ball out of his hands quickly too, and he also has the ability, if there's too much pressure, to use his legs. So 14-0 in the first half of this game here at Plymouth North High School. All right, so we're going to see number 41 at Plymouth North High School, Keegan Carr, take this away. And it's going to be received by number 9, Nicholas Quadrico, who bobbled it a little bit. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Nice tackle. Trying to get the number there.
Yeah, I think that's a difficult ball to recover.
87. I got to say, that open field tackle by number 87, Jalen Gray,
He had the ball, the sun in his eyes, and I think you lose sight of it just for a second. That caused the ball to just catch him in the chest and bobbled off. All the timing was I think, mixed up for him, just as a result of the sun.
So I would say, again, South is going to have some tough field position here, being backed in to their end zone right at about the 7-yard line, I want to say. So on the 7-yard line, so it's got a lot of space to make up. We got to be careful. But you knew they were going to give it to Justin LaPrance, so hopefully he can give him a little bit of breathing room out there. So he gains probably a couple yards there, gives them a little more breathing room, but not enough with the way that the Plymouth North defense is playing.
I think South is going to have a difficult time if they have this one-dimensional offensive approach where they're only handing the ball off time after time to LaChance. North knows what's coming, is basically what I'm saying. And it's very easy to defend the run if you know that's all that they have available.
Well, just with the field position, I think they got to give DeRocha some breathing room there. It's going to be another handoff to LaChance, who breaks through a few tackles. Brought down by number 3 on Plymouth North High School. That's Killian Murphy. Again, both sides of the ball for Killian. So that's about a 5-yard gain for Justin LaChance, who's been doing that all season long as the running back. He has 567 yards for the season, 9 TDs. But as I mentioned, he's two-dimensional. He has 19 receptions for 357 yards and 4 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. So he is the focal point of their offense, and I think you're going to see some of that as we move through this game. All right, that's LaChance again. But they, like you said, Steve, they know it's coming. As we would say, they were brought down by a flock of eagles, led by number 4.
It's almost too easy for North at this point. They just stack the box. They know what's coming. Everyone's ready for it.
Riley Gosh on the tackle there. You're going to hear him. He's got, he's got great instinct on the field, on the defensive side of the ball.
So it looks like they're going for it.
No, it looks like they're punting.
I'm sorry, Ian's out there.
That's a good punt. Logan Z. Meitel, bobbles it, and then lands on it. That's a smart move by Logan. Don't try to pick it up and try to make something out of nothing. Get on the ball. Let your quarterback get on the field. Let your offense get on the field, who's been very successful so far this game. All right, while we're waiting for them to set up, we're going to go to the dance team.
We had a great season this year. We learned a lot of new routines, and our team has doubled in size since last year.
We attended camp over the summer and have attended 2 competitions this season.
We are looking forward to performing today.
All right, highlighting the dance team there. Great job all season long, performing here at half times at Plymouth North High School. Such a great, there's so many opportunities.
We did get a chance to talk with their coach. It's Emily Smith, and she, as the captains, no, it's not.
I think Emily Smith is the South coach.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that was the South team up there. My apologies. Wrong team.
A little bit of confusion there.
That was Killian Murphy with the carry right there. And just able to bull his way through there. You saw him shed a tackle and continue down downfield after the hit.
All right, hand off to Killian Murphy. Again, dragging some South players with him. Tackled by number 3, Justin LaChance. Justin is on his back, number 3 on number 3.
I think if you're North and at this point in the game, you just want to manage the clock, wind it down, possession, keep the ball.
And they are doing that. You can see there's a lot of running happening, and with a 14-point lead going into the half, I think Coach Whitten will be very happy with how the first half went, and then Coach Frizzetti will have to make some adjustments. All right, it's going back to Killian Murphy, and a lot of flags on play. Actually, that was
Z Motel.
That was Logan Z Motel. But there was a lot of laundry on the field.
Yeah,
looks like it's coming back.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was
looks like a holding, yeah.
Offense, but you could watch in that play the patience of Logan. You could see him looking for his blocks to be set up. Very patient runner.
Yeah, I guess he's another guy. They use all of these guys in such creative ways on Plymouth North High School. keep the defense of Plymouth South High School guessing here. So going to bring it all the way back to, it looks like, the 34-yard line.
Logan Z. Motel was able to talk to us and told us, you know, he had an injury, missed his sophomore year, and he said he came back junior year and he was just worried that he wasn't going to get a job. He thought he was going to be out of a position, but look at him. Look at him go.
Looks like there was some movement on the line. I'm going to say that was on the south side of the line, so they may make that up. North may make that up, and I would say that is an offsides call on South. You saw a lot of movement on the line.
And you saw Seamus Whiting pump his fist after that. That's him messing with the count.
Oh, you mentioned Ruska
Yep,
at the center. I mean, you got to.
That's between the two of them. Seamus will make the call on when he's looking for that ball to be snapped, and he said Wade's on time with that delivery all the time, and right there they caught him off guard. South was looking to jump, and Seamus said he'll look at the defenders to see what it is they're showing him. Right there he caught him.
Looks like another handoff to Killian Murphy. Such a tough body to bring down. Number 23 was finally able to bring him down for Plymouth South High School, Max Arnold.
He really is. Killian Murphy, north and south runner, and doing it unblocked. He's just running through people and getting yards that you don't think he's going to get on a play. I mean, he just breaks tackles and runs angry. It's beautiful watching him.
Puts his head down and just runs. All right, we're in the red zone for Plymouth North High School. The last thing that Plymouth South wants is another touchdown, and it's going to be Killian again. But that time he was met by a host of Plymouth South Panthers. Number 70 really was the second guy in that brought him down for Plymouth South High School. Matt Eliason, who is only a sophomore. He had a very successful season this year as well, and Coach Frew is very happy that he's going to have him around for the next few years.
Sophomore.
Another sophomore,
He's got Max Arnold. He's got Matt Eliason, who was in on that tackle. Finn Burr, we've seen him. Ben Fichette, and Timmy DeRocha, and Spencer Brudeau.
So it's one of those things when these type of games, you have Plymouth North High School, a lot of their players have been here before. On the south side of the ball, this is a big game, and I'm sure it takes some adjustments to be in this type of game and being so young. And again, the north side of the ball, their players have been here before. So it looks like a timeout for Plymouth North High School, and I think it's a good opportunity to talk about EDTV because, not only are they here first thing in the morning, getting everything prepped, making sure everything runs smoothly, which is amazing because behind the scenes there's so many moving parts, but what they also do throughout the year in the district, all of the programs that they run at the elementary schools, the middle schools, and the high schools with their news teams, but also if there's ever an event that happens in the district you want to showcase, EDTV there is first thing in the morning, no matter what time of night, what time of day. So fortunate to have those guys and to be able to utilize them. But second thing, it's not just about the adults running it who do a great job, but it's also the kids that are learning such great skills, learning how to edit, run a camera, interview skills, the face-to-face engagement that they're having with people that they may not know, adults, kids. It's such a great thing to have in our school, and we couldn't be more proud. And this is just one aspect of what they do throughout the year, and it's awesome. All right, so again, in the red zone, it looks like Seamus Whiting takes it, and I don't know if it's it is a touchdown. Seamus Whiting with a touchdown, took it on his own. I don't think South was expecting that. And again, you got to keep an eye on number 10 because he can, as you saw right there, he can run, he can throw, and then you got to watch out for Killian Murphy because he can, hand off to him, you're going to get positive yards. So we're going to see if this is a 21-0 deficit for Plymouth South High School to go back in, and it looks like that is good. So we are now at 21-0. Let's take a look at that run and see what happened with the South defense. I don't think they were expecting that because there was a bit of a hole that Seamus was able to run through. This is a great angle to see it. So you can see Seamus, and there's a little bit of a hole. That big center, Ruska, is going to create a nice little hole for Whiting. He just moved, and you follow the bus right through the goal line.
That's
great play calling there by Coach Whidden there to see that and take advantage of it.
We got a chance to talk with Seamus Whiting and his strength and conditioning approach to the game. Seamus says he works out with his dad, and so there it is on display. Obviously, working legs, lower body.
Yeah,
let's go. And he says he also does some quarterback training with I think it was Mike McCarthy. That was the gentleman that he mentioned that he trains with his technique, his mechanics.
I'd say it's paying off just by this half. So we got about 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half. We have a score of Plymouth North 21, Plymouth South 0. So there's a little bit of work to be done on the south side of the ball with Tibby DeRocher and Justin LaChance. And that's going to be a great return by number 9, Plymouth South High School, Nick Codrico. Brought it up. Nick is a multifaceted type of kid. He's on the defense side of the ball as well. 4 tackles on the season for Nick on the defensive side of the ball. But he's dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands. As you just saw, he broke through, and luckily was for Plymouth North was brought down at about the 38-yard line.
It's exactly the way South needs to go into the locker room. It would be a perfect setup for them to at least come in with 1 score on the board, hopefully a touchdown, in order to give themselves a chance. Because if this continues this way and they don't put something on the board soon, it's really going to be an uphill battle, I think, for South. So I think this drive in particular,
let's put some points on the boards,
will hopefully ignite something for South.
Yeah, I would say it's instrumental to at least put something on the board right now. And you have Ian Warnick that you only need to get it to the 25, 30-yard line, and you never know with Ian, he could poke it home. They got to put something on the board here before they go into the locker room, something positive to happen. But that's not how you're going to start. False start, Steve. That's not going to help your cause. Now you got 5 more yards to get to the pay dirt.
And you had mentioned too that was Nick Codrico on that carry. Talented individual, offensively and defensively too. You said that he's involved in at least 32 tackles and a couple of sacks as well.
And that was back to Justin LaChance. Moving the pile, brought down by number 75, Plymouth North High School. Great tackle by Nelson Davian.
I've heard it pronounced Tevenen.
Tevenen, you're probably right.
And I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but I've heard it Tevenen. But he's a big individual.
Right.
Look at the size of him, number 75.
Yeah, he's going to be tough
That's a big
move.
line, actually.
Yeah.
Right next to him, he's got Delafano, 69.
Oh, yeah.
There's some big beef on that line.
All right, looks like we're going to throw it out. It's going to be caught by Codrico. We'll get it up to about the 44-yard line. All right, but the clock is running, Steve. We got to work at a little clock management here.
And it looks like Coach Whidden sort of like trying to figure out what he can do without two of his main players that carry the ball on the ground. They're not available. So you see him working in Codrico into this thing and giving Justin LaChance a little bit of a rest.
All right, we got 3rd down and 4 here. I'm going to go with Nick DeRoche is going to have enough for a first down right up the middle for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. I'm Tim DeRoche. Nick is the brother. Nick is a graduate a few years ago. He was fun to watch too when he played here. Right? He played at North High School. Obviously, Timmy's at South, but he ran all over this field as well.
Tim. Here we go. Timmy D. Timmy D told us that he's got a lot of running back background to him. Like as a youngster in 2nd grade when he started off, he had a couple of years as running back. And
all right, it was it looks like there was a little bit of pass interference there on number 22. Number 16 took out so Sean Kinn. I don't know if it was incidental.
Several flags on the play.
Got in the way of the Plymouth South receiver.
A lot of laundry there.
So they'll get the ball 10 yards. They got a minute and 15 seconds left. I'm sure Coach Frew is keeping an eye on the clock right now. And with someone like Ian Warnick, who can, we talked to him last week, 35-yard field goal. Again, something on the board is better than nothing. And obviously, the South High School Panthers would like to get 7, and then it becomes a 2-touchdown game going into the second half. But I think at this point too, they could take 3 on the board, but they got to keep an eye on that clock. Costly penalty for Plymouth North High School. Again, I don't know if it was incidental. It's going to be another handoff to Justin LaChance. Great tackle there by the legs by number 6, Plymouth North High School, Matt Tull. Matt Tull is, running all around the field. He brought down Justin LaChance in the first quarter, where he could have broke loose. Like
I agree. I think if Matt Tull didn't get his hands on those ankles there of Justin LaChance, he was off to the races. So a timely tackle there by Matt Tull, for sure.
All right. 1 minute left in the half. A replay here of that tackle, hopefully. And you can see, Matt Tull kind of reads it, stays with him. There it is. Just stayed with him. Kept his eyes on him the whole time, and that's tough to do with someone as elusive as Justin LaChance.
Matt Tull saw the opening as much as Justin did, so it was just a perfect meeting point there for the two of them. I mean, not a lot of time left here for South to put something together. So hopefully
looks like they're going to throw. That's a nice throw. Oh, no, right in the hands. It was right in the hands of number 7 for Plymouth South High School, Dylan Volkringer, right in his hands. And I don't know if the sun got in his eyes because it was right there. You could tell he kind of had a little bit of confusion. And Dylan's pretty reliable. He's had 6 receptions for 112 yards this year and a touchdown. I'm sure Dylan would like to have that back.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I wonder, too, that we talked about the wind earlier. I wonder if some of that held it up and messed up the timing for Dylan. He maybe lost it, and the wind kind of took it in a gust. So that's unfortunate. That was a great throw by Timmy D. And a pretty good route by Dylan.
Yeah, I'm sure Dylan, talented kid, works hard, and I'm sure he'd want that one back. But there's still, in football world, plenty of time. But that looked like a misread there, communication maybe. But that is intercepted by number 20 for Plymouth North High School,
That's
Kevin Morera. So I think there was some communication issues there between Timmy DeRocha and his receivers. It was thrown right to Morera, so that's not what Plymouth South wanted to do as they were marching up the field. We're going to see a replay of that and see where maybe the misread was between DeRocha and his receivers.
Nope.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there was no one over in that area. It looks like it was just the wrong route that was run.
All right, looks like we're not going to be able to see that, but it just, like you said, Steve,
I didn't see any receiver over in that area, and I think there was probably just someone not on the same page.
So, all right, so nice pass over to number 18, a missed tackle again, but we have a flag. Number 18, Armando Garcia. But there is some laundry on the field, so we don't know if that'll come back.
So here you see North with their different. I mean, I know there's a flag on the play, but look at how he spreads that ball out. Mm-hmm. He's got that ball going to Zia Motel, Riley Garsh, Armando Garcia,
Killian Murphy.
Killian, yeah, I mean, it's not this bulldozing running team. They have a very balanced attack that can get the job done. It's not a bad offense.
So fortunately for Plymouth South High School, there are 2 halves to the game. So if Plymouth North was able to get 21 points on the field the first half, then you could say that there's an opportunity for Plymouth South High School to make some adjustments and put 21 back. If you remember, Steve, a few years ago when we went into like triple or quadruple overtime here with, I felt like the game went on for days. And
so did our wives.
Yes. We were a little late for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we showed up at Easter. Yeah, no, I mean, anything can happen, and you can already see the adjustments on Whidden's end. You see him throwing the ball more already at the end of this second half. Unfortunately, it was picked on one of them, but you saw him go to Dylan. We hadn't seen that earlier in the game. So you're seeing adjustments on Coach Whidden's end of the field.
And they're still looking to put points on the board. A trick play leaves, if that works, Steve, leaves number 7 wide open for Plymouth North High School. So Brennan Keefe, Armando throws it to Keefe, and he gets it complete. So you would think, I have a 21-point lead. Let's kneel on it. Let's get to the locker room. Let's adjust for the second. Not Coach Whidden. I'm going to throw a trick play out there and see if it works.
Maybe we can get a replay of that.
That was
beautiful. And no, I agree. You don't think that he's going to put his foot on your throat and go down the field and look for another score.
No, he took advantage of maybe that's what South was thinking, but watch. Nice little pass to Garcia. Garcia airs it out, wide open.
How about Garcia? He's got a guy in his face. He doesn't crumble under the pressure. He just throws the ball as if no one's there. I mean, what composure.
No, and
right?
that was a good play call. Obviously, South was not expecting something like that. But it looks like North wants to put more points on the board. And that's going to be a bomb back to Brennan Keefe, but a little overthrown there, but covered tightly by number 23 of Plymouth South High School, Max Arnold.
Yeah, and how about the arm strength there of Seamus Whiting? He delivered a beautiful ball. There was a tight spiral, and it looked like it was a catchable ball if someone's over in that in the right area. But it looked like a good ball.
He can throw the ball. I mean, that was probably a 30-yard pass. Like I said, a little overthrown, but hey, that's a professional-looking ball that he's throwing there. All right, so we have 3rd and 10 with about 13 seconds left in the half. Seamus Murphy is out of the shotgun, looking to air it out again. Look at that pass. That's a beautiful pass, and tipped and blocked by number 3, Justin LaChance on defense. So what do you do now? 7 seconds left. You have 4 times.
Just keep going.
And you have a quarterback that can reach the end zone.
He's warming up. He is warming up. I think my guess is that ball, if it's not thrown into the wind, I think when that ball was thrown, I was watching the flag, he had to throw into that wind. And he wasn't far off. Like, that ball going back shoulder is totally catchable for that was going to Z Motel, I believe. But he wasn't far off with that throw. And into the wind, I mean, credit on that throw.
It's a good ball. So some coaches would think, he's just going to kneel on it, go to the locker room, rest up, get warm, maybe have some hot chocolate. Not North High School. They could throw a wildcat play, and you never know. Steps into the throw. Nice throw, but it looks like Brennan Keefe stutter-stepped it a little bit, and he took the speed just wasn't there. It looked like it could have been, but he kind of slowed down and then sped up, and he was tightly covered over there by number 23 of Plymouth South High School. Max Arnold had tight coverage on him. So now you got 2 seconds left, so it's going to give South an opportunity to maybe create something, maybe a trick play of their own. After watching Coach Whidden roll out,
things can change, too. I mean, we're seeing a different look here from Coach Whidden, where he's airing the ball out. That leads to potential picks, as far as I'm concerned. And you run that back. Here we are with a couple of picks. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got some points on the board. Anything can change.
Looks like we got a little short pass to number 7, Plymouth South. Oh, we got smacked by number 3, Plymouth North High School. Killian Murphy takes down Volkringer with a smash. I don't know. I'd like to see the replay, see if that was helmet to helmet. There could be a flag on the play.
With your score being Eagles.
Yeah, looks like Dylan's a little shaken up there coming off the field. But it was, they tried to make something out of it. So that is the half. We have 1 half left to play here. As the Patriots, when they play the Atlanta Falcons, the game is never over, especially when you got coaches like Darren Frizzetti and also, Coach Whitten. Yeah, so we have, there were Plymouth North, although having 5 penalties, are leading 21-0. But those key turnovers for Plymouth South High School, I feel like, gave them the advantage during this game. And I think when they go into the locker room, I'm sure Plymouth South High School are going to talk about a couple things. One, how do we stop Seamus Whiting, and how do we stop Logan Z. Motel, because those are the 2 key players, their connections this year. And at the north side, I think you're going to see North go in the locker room very confident, very happy with their performance right now, because if you had said to me this would be a 21-0 lead when we came in here this morning, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have thought it would be a close game, but not the 21-0 that we're seeing. So we're going to let you guys enjoy some halftime show. It looks like we have the Plymouth North dance team starting us up. Again, I want to comment on all these athletes that are here today in both high schools, getting involved, being part of their school, and these cheerleaders, dance teams, and our marching band are all part of that. They're part of what we do here at the Plymouth Public Schools.
Please help me welcome the Plymouth South cheer team. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the PNHS dance team. Please help me welcome to the field the Plymouth South dance team.
I'm Mark Brunel. I'm a senior at Plymouth North High School and I play the trombone.
Catherine Lindsay. I'm a senior at South High School and I'm one of the college. Molly Bertino Pine.
I'm Mark Brunel. I'm a senior at Plymouth North High School and I play the trombone.
Catherine Lindsay. I'm a senior at South High School and I'm one of the color guard captains.
Molly Bertino Pine. I'm a senior at Plymouth North and I'm one of the color guard captains.
I'm Tori Martin. I'm a senior at Plymouth North High School and I'm the drum major.
Brandon Anderson. I'm a senior from Plymouth South High School and I play the electric bass.
Nora G. I am a senior at Plymouth North High School and I play the alto, tenor, and bari saxophone.
Jack Bodie. I'm a senior at Plymouth North High School and I play the quads.
August Crampton. I'm a senior at Plymouth North High School and I play the euphonium.
on January 14th to play at the TD Boston Garden for the
Wow, what a great halftime show. My favorite part of that halftime show was the video we just saw with Unified Sports. And as you heard on that, somehow Plymouth North and Plymouth South Unified Sports are going to be playing in the Garden. Talk about that. That is my favorite program out of anything that we do for the Plymouth Public Schools. I would say that is probably one of my favorite things to be part of, to watch, to see kids come together and work together and build friendships. And, you know, can you guys just talk a little bit about what it means to your schools?
Yes. I remember when it started, and it was just through a small grant through the MIA, and we are so fortunate because it is thriving in Plymouth at all levels. I know at the middle school, the younger grades are even looking at it now, and what it does to build community. Like, we are one town, like we're competitors on the field, but as you know, municipality, you know, we're all friends. We work together to help kids and to watch the partners. They get as much out of it as well as the student athletes. It's just a magical experience, and they all are in it together. This year was really funny that we have one of our graduates at South is now at Project Growth here at North, and he was playing against us, Nick Hussey, and he was like a leader, and it was so great still to see the camaraderie and on both sides of the town. And we're excited. And the Garden really happened through the coaches. Like, we had nothing to do with that. It really is something that Lauren Allen, John Jardin, I'm not sure who coaches your team, Kelly McFrey, they came together to put in an application, and then it happened. So at 8 a.m. on January 14th, we're going to be at the Garden seeing the kids play on the parquet. So.
And I know you guys make it special for the kids. They get their names announced. You see the excitement that, you know, that is created in the gym, and then the student body. I mean, there's a lot of kids at this game today, but, you know, when I seen it on video and live, the stands are full, just like it was like a championship game. I mean, same thing at your school. What does it bring to your school at North?
I think it's joy, right? So I think that we're always looking for an opportunity in our schools for kids of every type to just compete and have some fun. And I think the thing that we love the most about it is you walk in that gym and it is just absolute joy. Every time somebody scores a basket, no matter who does, everybody's cheering. And it's one of the few times that you see both schools out there cheering everybody on, because it's just what it's supposed to be about, and everybody gets it.
Yeah, and I think it really brought it to the middle school, watching how it worked at your school, and just the inclusivity and just kids working together and building those friendships. We decided to bring it down to the middle school level with basketball last year, and it was one of the best things of the year that I attended. But we ended up bringing bocce, unified bocce, which is it's just really fun to see, and it's just keeping kids engaged, keeping kids, you know, building a strong culture of inclusivity in the schools. So I thank you guys for your support of that.
The varsity coaches at both schools too are very integral in that. Like, our varsity lacrosse team is very helpful. Our varsity football players, when the track is in the spring, and you see all of our star athletes, anyone on a team being a part of it and coming to cheer them on. Like, the gym was full at South with the Mega Bowl, and the cheerleaders were cheering, the dancers. It's special. They had senior banners like everyone else, so it's pretty fun. And
some of that, on top of just the unified, that, you know, thing of just getting involved and helping and supporting, you guys at both North and High School do a great job of giving back. I know both schools do turkey baskets. I mean, I think most of the schools do turkey baskets and food for families in need, but also something special that you guys do is, and I know the elementary schools look forward to, is bring kids down to read to the elementary schools and build that connection between North and South High School. How's that in here?
That's been great. I don't give my husband much credit, but Scott started that 15 years ago, and it's been thriving. It's a regular joke, as Mr. Palladino knows, but it is something that is unbelievable. And watching the little kids sign autographs of our kids and just unifying the whole town, because through our vocational programs at both schools, kids they may live in the North and go to South, or live in the South and go to North based on facilities management or childcare or whatever. So it's, again, you see the camaraderie, and it's a really special tradition that we have each year. So, and the little guys are so cute. They think they're the Patriots. They really are like, are you playing the Patriots on Sunday? The little first graders. So it's great, but it's a real credit to the coaches and the players who make that happen.
And then at your school, I know, you know, your Veterans Day assembly, when you bring veterans in, and then you talk about that community, like supporting community and supporting, and I think it's also important for our students to understand what it means to be a veteran, what sacrifices they made, and that was such a positive message from that day. And how'd that all get started?
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity for us to build a bridge between the kids we have in front of us and the community that has so much history and tradition in it. So we had our keynote speaker was a dad, but also somebody who was in the military, had an amazing positive message. But I think it's really important. It comes together every year from a lot of care and effort. But I think the motivation behind it all is to recognize all these ordinary people who did extraordinary things. And our kids are amazing. You rise to the occasion. I actually stopped at the end to tell them how great they were because of that.
A huge return by Eagles.
But it's just a great opportunity for us to remind kids about tradition and excellence and ordinary people doing extraordinary things and their role in their time, what they can do as people in this town and investing themselves in that.
Well, we could spend the next 45 minutes talking about all the wonderful things that you guys do at your schools, and as a father of kids that have gone to both schools, we want to thank you guys for doing such a great job and keeping these traditions and giving kids opportunities, whether it's service learning, athletics, the arts, promoting that, because I think it's so important. So thank you guys. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
guys. All right, we're back. We just were visited by Ms. Fry and Mr. Parcelin, talking a little bit about some of the programs that they have at their school that makes it so special. So we're back. We did miss, through that interview, just missed a little bit of the kickoff. It looks like it's coming back.
We had a nice halftime show. Right, we got to see some of the other teams that are involved in this day, and they put in as much work as anyone else.
Oh, he's still up, Steve. Number 8. Is he going to keep him up? It's Dayton Costa. I'd like to see a replay of that if he was down. But if he got out of that tackle, that's pretty special. All right. Well, so that little run right there by Dayton looked like he was down. I don't know how he stayed on his feet. Incredible balance. That's all I can say. But he made something out of nothing there and brought up the Plymouth North Eagles to about the 31-yard line. So positive, new set of downs there because of the effort of Dayton Costa. And Dayton, fun fact, he was a soccer player most of his life, but I think he grew 6 inches and realized he could be a help on the football field. And he just saw it right there, and maybe that kind of that balance, that core, that agility was part of his soccer training.
Or it could be some of his training with Sato Berry, the missing Sato Berry.
Yes, Sato was supposed to join us and talk about some of the off-season conditioning that's happening, because all the kids talk to us about the work. This just doesn't start before the season. They're working all summer long and all year long, really, getting ready for the season. And Mr. Berry does a nice job at the north side, getting kids ready athletically and strength training and speed training. Looks like Seamus is going to keep that on his own, and I'm not sure if it's enough for a first down, but it's going to be close.
Piggybacking on what you were saying about how they're working on the off-season together, how Sato is here with a group of kids offering, workouts, cardio, plyo, whatever it is. Sato will train or help direct a bit on the off-season, but also down here, I'll be here doing a workout myself. I'll see the band out here doing their work, and that's late in August. You see that group out here.
That's a handoff to Seamus Murphy. I'm sorry, Killian Murphy. The Irish names get me confused sometimes. There's a lot of Irish names out here. Seamus and Killian. That's a 3-yard gain for Killian Murphy. And I know there's strength and training at the south side as well, so it's a similar makeup down there to get kids ready. It just shows the commitment some of these kids have, showing up in the summer and getting ready for the season.
And for a lot of them, this is
flag on the play. It's going to come back.
If you're a senior, this might be your last. I mean,
this is.
If you're not going on to play in college, this is probably the last time. You and I have discussed this before. There's not a men's football league.
Yeah.
You know, like there's great men's hockey leagues around here.
There are. I think there's one that's played at 4 o'clock on Fridays.
That HOH league. Now they don't have that for football. So for a lot of these kids, this is their last hurrah, and it's.
It looks like we have an injury on the field. Not the shirt's tucked in, but I'm going to say it looks like 87 for Plymouth North High School. Jalen Gray.
Yeah, that's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, he's down on the ground too. I don't know if it's a lower body injury.
It looked like he was holding his
down
his
on the ground.
arm.
That would
That's
be a
big
loss.
Yeah, he's one of the weapons that that Seamus likes to throw to, and he's also instrumental on defense too. So he's a two-way player. That's
He's on his back now, so hopefully we'll get to see him. He's okay. It looks like a lower body injury the way he's on the ground.
Oh yeah, good call.
All right. Seamus Whiting, nice pass to number 7. Oh, he's still trying to get loose. Brennan Keefe didn't want to come down, trying to get out of the tackle, but I've been very impressed, the Eagles, the way they've able to get rid of the ball quickly into the hands of these receivers who have been pretty consistent. You know, if the ball is anywhere near them, they're going to bring it down, and we've seen it time and time again today, and I think that's something that Plymouth South is having a difficult time trying to defend. They've got big receivers, and they can mix it up. As you just see, they're going to go to Seamus Murphy, who's going to move a pile, but still be difficult to get on. It falls forward, even on the tackle. He was able to fall forward and get that extra yard. But it was a great tackle by number 62, Plymouth South High School, Finnegan Burr. Another tackle. He looks like he's been effective all season long, as you said, Steve, early, even as a sophomore, contributing, making tackles to a tough kid to bring down in Seamus Murphy.
Yeah, it looked like a really patient run there by Z Motel on that one. Or
Another handoff to Seamus, and it's going to be brought down by number 5 at Plymouth South High School, Gavin Schultz.
You know, and I think if you're North, you just run the ball, run after run, and then big throw. You really just own the field at this point. The playbook's wide open, and the only thing you really have to contend with is clock management and keeping Timmy D off the field.
Yeah, 7 minutes left, a little more than 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and you're right. I think Coach Wooden's going to manage this clock pretty tightly, particularly when you have Seamus, who's gaining positive yards. Nice pass over to number 2, Logan Z. Motel. Stood up, and I think they'll give him forward progress, probably at the 40-yard line or 39-yard line. I'm sorry, it may, is it on the 40? Looks like it might be on the 40. I couldn't tell if it was over the 40.
Could be the 55-yard line, actually, right? Or 56?
No,
what do you call that?
We'll see where the ball goes. It looks like it's going to be the 42-yard line, if I can see it correctly. So, again, positive yardage there and keeps that clock moving. Coach Frew does have 3 timeouts if he needs them, but I'm sure those will be saved towards the end of the game if he can put up 7 points at his next possession. Maybe a turnover or something, but Coach Wooden's doing a nice job managing that clock and giving it right back, but stood up with a pile of South, and they drive him back, led by number 5, Gavin Schultz. Gavin's a big, strong kid, able to move Killian. That's the only time I've seen Killian move negative yards there after contact. He's usually good for a couple yards after contact, but Gavin didn't allow that to happen right there. All right, 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. We've seen a little bit of everything out of Plymouth North High School. Some good defense, some good tackling, some good passes, some good catches, some good runs. South High School just hasn't had the possession as long, and that's going to be a nice pass. Got wrapped up with Justin LaChance and wasn't able to wrap it in. That's, I think, one of the only times we've seen Logan drop the ball, but again, he was covered tightly by Justin LaChance the MVP of Plymouth South High School, and really taken over the leadership role of this town. All right, we're going to take a look at the girls soccer team.
The girls soccer team had another successful season, making a return trip to the MIAA state tournament.
In our first tournament game, we won in dramatic fashion, beating Cambridge Ridge and Latin in penalty kicks, and then coming up short against one of the top teams in the state, Hopkinton.
The team had 2 players recognized as Patriot League All-Stars, junior Amelia Finley and sophomore McKenna Foley.
All right, that was the girls soccer team coached by Mr. Eric Foley. They were fun to watch. That team, when I was able to see them play, just very aggressive, smart, well coached, and they surprised a lot of teams in a very difficult league, Patriot League. We're going to look at the boys soccer next.
The boys soccer program had a very successful season.
The team went 12-2-4 and qualified for the state tournament, where we lost to Lexington 3-2 in overtime.
We finished second in the Patriot League. The highlight of the season was handing Hingham High School its one and only loss of the season.
We are excited that Colin Riley Parrick, Liam Hewins, Erica Lutsky, and Josh Murray were awarded League All-Stars. In addition, Liam Hewins and Josh Murray were named Eastern Mass All-Stars.
12-2-4 record for the boys soccer team, and a first-year coach. You know, that's pretty impressive. That program has grown over the last 5 or 6 years. So a lot more to come out of both the boys and girls soccer program here at Plymouth North High School. You know, you saw Justin LaChance was tackled. They're slapping each other's helmets. Good job. When I talked to Coach Whidden last night, he talked about how this is a rivalry. But these kids have known each other since youth sports. So although it's, you know, it's one town, 2 teams, but it's different than if you were playing Silver Lake or Bourne, where it's 2 separate towns. They don't know each other as well. But this is what makes this game special, is because these kids have known each other their whole lives and have played with each other their whole lives, sometimes on the same team, and it just makes it that more of a special game here in Plymouth that we have for them. All right, it's going to be a lateral to Justin LaChance, trying to make something happen, and he does. Driven out of bounds by number 12 for Plymouth North High School, T.J. Cohane. North definitely has their eyes on Justin LaChance, keeping an eye on him. He doesn't have a lot of room to play with, but when he gets just a little bit of space, he can make things happen. So. Great positive yardage there for Justin in Plymouth South High School.
Yeah, I think there's a lot riding on Justin's shoulders, because he knows he's for the most part going to be the targeted player. So it's probably not easy on his end. But back to what you were saying with regard to the 2 teams having this like kinship, so to speak, with each other. Really, another element to it is that it makes it a little bit more difficult to play against somebody when you're blowing them up, and it's a little bit different than if you were playing a team like Situate. You're playing like Revere. You're hitting a little bit harder. Here, you know the player you're hitting. You're not knocking them out of the play and out of the game or anything like that. You're just, it's friendly fire, so to speak. And there's just like that element that's also in this, is that you're playing against your really good friends.
Yeah. And that was a nice tackle by Nick Delafano, who really had Justin LaChance by the waist and didn't give in. Justin, again, strong kid, wasn't able to get loose out of Nick, so he's been very instrumental here in Plymouth North. Back to Justin LaChance, who's kind of weaving and dodging and weaving, and he'll get a lot of positive yards there for Plymouth North High School. Tackled by number 3, Seamus Murphy. He's all over the place too. For Plymouth North High School, but nice positive yardage there for Plymouth South High School. Again, when the majority of your plays are running, you got to keep an eye on that clock with 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes left in the quarter, the third quarter. You got to worry that time is running out, and at some point, I think Coach Frew is going to have to air the ball out a bit. Let Timmy DeRocha let the ball loose a little bit. He's not, I don't have the earphones, but he's giving it the flag on the play, but another nice run by Justin LaChance. Brought down by number 22 for Plymouth North High School, Liam Joyce.
Great blocking there by the O-line. You've got Matt Elias, and that's big number 70 over there, and you have Steven Kirchdorf just opening up. I know there's a flag on this play, but
yeah, it's going back.
Just opening up gaps for LaChance to run through.
There was a mistake on that. It was Kevin Mariah that was on the tackle. He's been tackling all over the place for Plymouth North High School. But they're going to bring that, and that's not what we want to see, is you get positive yardage, and it's all for nothing. You get a penalty on the play, and you got to bring it all the way back. So 1st and 20 for Plymouth South High School. And they give it back, and he's going to be met by number 4 for Plymouth North High School, Riley Garsh, and number 75 for Plymouth North High School, Nelson Tevenen.
Yep, 75, right. Big Nelson Tevenen.
So we're down to about a little more than 2 minutes left in the quarter for Plymouth South High School, so time is of essence for them.
Like you had said earlier, or a few minutes ago, I'd love to see South mix it up a little bit and direct snap, anything.
Well, I think Plymouth North High School's adjustments, they didn't really have to make many adjustments because the majority of the plays have been to Justin, who's doing a tremendous job breaking tackles and getting yards when getting positive yards when they aren't available. Another great tackle.
He's probably run 7 miles today, Justin LaChance.
Yeah, and that was a great tackle by Dayton Costa. We saw him, catch the ball, but he also makes some instrumental tackles. And you got to worry about Justin because it's not just, he can break tackles, and we've seen him do it today. So you got to make sure you stay on him, you don't let him loose.
Let's make some noise for your Eagles on this big 3rd down.
So the crowd is making some noise, trying to root on Plymouth North High School, and looks like it's going to be a timeout for Plymouth South High School.
Timeout, Panthers.
We're going to look at the South seniors for Plymouth South football.
Hi, I'm Paige Hatton, cheerleading.
Connor Whalen, number 14, linebacker, running back.
Boston Robertson, number 55, offensive defensive line.
Emma Gilmore, dance team.
Justin LaChance, number 6, running back, wide receiver, and safety.
Melinda Wade-Yatsnukas, cheerleading.
Nick Adrico, number 9, linebacker, safety, receiver.
Gavin Schultz, number 5, fullback and linebacker.
Dylan Volkringer, number 7, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Gianna Taramina, dance team.
Ian Wernick, number 18, kicker and punter.
Kylie Olson, cheerleading.
Anthony Enos, number 36, offense and defensive line.
Jacob Duffy, number 66, defensive line.
Julia Andrade, cheerleading.
Stephen Kirchdorfer, number 58, offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Alex Sarides, dance team.
Matt Crowley, number 12, tight end and D-end.
Ava Zahara, cheerleading.
Jesse Hayes, number 4, wide receiver, free safety, punter.
We're the Plymouth South cheerleaders. We're the Plymouth South dance team.
We're the Plymouth South football captains.
Go Panthers. Roll Panthers.
Roll Panthers.
What we just missed right there was a beautiful pass from Timmy DeRocha to Justin LaChance all the way down to about the 6-yard line. What a beautiful pass by DeRocha to Justin LaChance. That's exactly what Plymouth South needed at that time, was just that beautiful pass. And Timmy can do it. We just saw it there, and Justin brought it down. So that's exactly what Plymouth South was looking for. And Justin LaChance is going to bring it in for a touchdown.
He is a machine. Just had a 30-yard run and catch, and then still has enough energy to run that ball into the end zone.
He's going to be tired when he goes home today. Hopefully,
hopefully there's an ice bath someplace, or I don't know what.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Frew needed right there with his team. Just a beautiful pass. Hoping they're going to let Timmy D All right, we're going to do a replay of that because we did miss it, so you guys can see at home the beautiful play for Plymouth South High School. So you're going to see Timmy has him wide open. Beautiful pass. He's wide open, and there's one tackle. He's going to have to bring in a second tackle, but beautiful pass, beautiful play, beautiful. I mean, I don't think North was prepared for that because, you know, I would say 85 to 90% of the plays are run. Justin LaChance got loose along the sideline, and Timmy put the ball right in his hands. I mean, you think sometimes as a quarterback you see a guy that wide open, and you sometimes may overthrow because your adrenaline rushes and you see an open guy and you overthrow him. And even at the professional level, you see sometimes, how did he miss that open guy? But Timmy was composed and made that pass. And that's kind of what Coach Rossetti was saying about a sophomore quarterback. He's very composed back there, doesn't get overly excited, can manage a huddle with a lot of seniors and a lot of veteran players. And you kind of saw that composure there for Timmy. And again, can't discredit the catch for Justin LaChance, because in the same note, when you're that wide open as a receiver, you kind of get ahead of yourself and you've got to stay focused on that ball. Make sure you don't make a mistake that we've seen at almost every level of football. But great play.
Tim DeRocha is, I think he's about 5'7", is what Tim told us. So for him to get a good view of the field, he says he likes to step back, get out of the pocket, and really take a look. So you'll see that he'll snap, drop back a couple of steps, maybe shift out of the pocket so he can find those receivers out there.
And so we're going to need a big stop for Plymouth South High School to make this a game. You know, what Plymouth North High School and coach wouldn't have done is controlled that clock. Just by having a strong run game, and then when they do pass, they're able to complete those passes and keep that clock moving. So it's going to go right back to Killian, but a nice, beautiful tackle by Plymouth South High School. I want to say it's number 7, Dylan Volkringer, with a beautiful tackle. Didn't give him anything, and actually I want to say that's a loss of about 2 on the play. So that's what they needed first play. They kept the ball in negative yardage, and now we're going to start the fourth quarter. And 3 and out. We're back in this for this is back into a game for the Plymouth North High School.
No, so
we're going to take a look at the North field hockey team.
My name is Lily Johnson.
My name is Annalise Lopes, and we are
the Plymouth North Field Hockey Captains.
During the 2023 season, our team became very close with each other. Beating Plymouth South and Nauset was a highlight in our season.
We finished with 3 All-Stars, Megan Petraka, Stella Kirkpatrick, and Annalise Lopes. Aizen Kelleher was our scholar athlete.
Go Eagles!
What a nice feature, huh, Steve? Because this is you're watching a football game, and if you're at home and you watch it when you get back, you get to see and highlight some of the other sports that are happening. I do like this feature. It's new to us, so we're getting used to it. But I think it's a great opportunity for kids to be highlighted, teams to be highlighted that play in the fall. It's again talking about EDTV. They're thinking 5 steps ahead of us of what they want to do and how they want to broadcast this. So, all right, so it looks like they're going to let Seamus, and beautiful coverage there by Plymouth South High School. Number 20, is that 23? I would say, I'm going to say Riley Garsh. Beautiful defense. So right now what they needed, a strong defensive outing on this play. They're getting it so far, but and those balls are hard to defend because of the type of ball that Seamus Whiting throws. They're always on target. They're right into the hands, but you have to be guarding those receivers tightly, because you give Seamus an inch and he's going to put it right where he needs to.
I think at this point in the game, North should focus on ball security, and a 50-50 ball like that I don't think is in the future, or shouldn't be in the playbook right now.
Coach Witten's not listening.
No, I'd
He's
keep the
still
ball
throwing
on the
ball
ground.
out, but
I would
hey.
keep that ball on the ground. I'm not giving no turnovers at this point. I don't need that. And that last throw to Riley Gosh, that looked like that was
Could have been,
potentially pickable,
And
so to speak.
Tight defense by Dylan Volkringer. Really didn't give number 18 of Plymouth North High School, Armando Garcia, much space and brought him down. So that's exactly what Plymouth South High School wanted, is to get the ball back. Didn't take a lot of time off the clock. Almost got tipped. And it looks like, it's going to take a Plymouth North bounce to about the 25-yard line. And in the beginning, we saw Nick Quadrico have a tough time getting the ball, and I think you're right, Steve. I think it had something to do with the sun, because you saw Plymouth South. It looked like a returnable ball, but he kind of shied away from it because I think he may have lost it in the sun. And it's a smart move. We've seen so many players try to make something out of nothing and cough the ball up, and that's the last thing that Plymouth South High School needs. Is to give the ball back to Plymouth North High School, particularly in that field position. So smart move on special teams right there for Plymouth South High School. And what a nice punt. It did, I want to say that
may
was
have been
about,
tipped.
And it looked like it was tipped. So without being tipped, that ball could have gone further back into the Plymouth South zone. All right, so they're going to continue. Oh, and the ball is down. Looks like a little bit of confusion on the exchange there between Timmy DeRocha and Justin LaChance. So there is a loss on the play. So that's about a 5-yard loss. That's not what we wanted, that South High School wanted to do with that play. You want to kind of move positive yardage. So it looks like there was a little bit of confusion on the exchange, whether it was supposed to be a fake and Timmy D was supposed to roll out. And I think Justin thought, no, this is my ball. We've been giving it to me all game. Why would we stop? So now they've got a little bit of work to do on the offensive side with 5 additional yards. So Timmy, again, we're going to roll out, and he's got a wide open Justin LaChance with a jump and a grab to make up for that. I think they're going to be short of a first down, not by much though. So that's, I would say they made up about, it was 2nd and 15, they made up about 10 yards of that play. And you saw, Steve, right there, the versatility of Timmy D, who's a young player again, and it'll be fun to watch him the next few years develop. But he didn't, the Plymouth North High School line was coming at him. Didn't throw the ball away, put a nice pass to Justin LaChance, who athletically was able to kind of twist his body around.
I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw there. He's out of the pocket, moving, under pressure too. He had Kevin Marrera breathing right down his neck. Put a great ball, was able to compose himself.
We got some laundry on the field.
Still have a great pass.
We got some laundry on the field. It looks like it might be a false start on South High School. No, it's on North. The way that the North High School was, looked pretty confident in pointing towards South, but the ref saw that differently. So that's
the momentum can swing really fast here. Things can really change. I would say next score might really be the winning score. Like if North scores here, I'd say that's a nail in the coffin. If South scores, they might be back in business.
Yep, and they're going to hand it right back off to Justin LaChance, who gained some positive yardage there. Keeping an eye on the time, too. 9 minutes left in the game. Both teams have all their timeouts. They have their timeouts, so we know that 2 minutes in a football game with that many timeouts could last another hour.
In a dog's life, what does that equal?
So they're gonna. So you could say, you don't want to waste too much time, but there still is plenty of time in this game, and particularly the way both teams are now, at least for the second half, are moving their offense. Particularly South, I'd say the difference is time of possession here, and Timmy's going to make a nice pass, little push off there. I don't know if they're going to call it. Yep, there it comes in late. Dylan Volkringer gave a little bit of a push.
Maybe we'll get the replay on that.
Yeah. I mean,
you gotta hide it.
I don't think you can do that.
You can't have a two-handed shove and think they're not going to see that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a great pass if he positioned his body in front and not All right, looks like we're going to be able to go to that replay. So you can see if he positioned his body maybe a little differently, Dylan, and you can see, gives him a little push, and that allows him to be wide open. So a little push on Matt Tull. But I think if he...
I will say, if you noticed the pocket time that Timmy D had there, I mean, that's Steven Kirchdorf, that's Ben Frechette, Finn Burr, Brad Leonard, Jacob Duffy, Matt Eliason. They're giving him the time that he needs now to make that throw. So that's available. Hopefully they take advantage of something like that. Tim can throw the ball downfield. That's a nice ball.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it.
They don't need to go to Justin every play.
It looks like and it was a big loss on the play. It looked like Justin was looking to pass it, but that was read nicely by Plymouth North High School, number 6, Matt Tull. Matt Tull was the one that got pushed, and he said, "All right, I'm going to approach this a little differently." That was all Matt Tull, not being faked by the run and stayed with Justin LaChance, and that's a big loss. So now we're at 3rd and 26 for Plymouth South High School. So this is a key play right now. I think you have to look at the air and try to create something, or do you give it back to your workhorse and Justin LaChance and see if he can create something special as he's done all season long. But great defense by Plymouth North High School, reading that, not being fooled, staying composed, staying patient, and just watching how that play develops so they didn't give up anything. Because those type of plays, especially when you have Justin LaChance and Dylan Volkringer and Riley you've got a lot of players. We're going to look now at the North Cross Country team.
This year's Plymouth North Cross Country teams both finished the season with a 1-4 record in head-to-head matchups in the dual meet portion of the year.
The boys team finished 7th at Patriot League Championships and 20th at Divisionals, and the girls finished 8th at Patriot League Championships and 20th at Divisionals.
Carter Pizzano, Josh Bryant, and Mia Sweeney were all named All-Star for this season.
All right, we are back after we highlighted the cross-country team. Some talented individuals on that cross-country team that I don't know if you've tried to run outside in a cross-country track, but it's not easy. And these guys, when I watch them run, they make it look so easy. Like it's unbelievable to see the endurance that these kids have. I was running today just outside and watching. They had a turkey trot race out in the waterfront, and to see some natural runners like these guys on the cross-country team with the pace that they can keep. We got a little pitch and to Justin, but a missed tackle, and now, wow! And North read that play. Number 4 for Plymouth North High School read it on. Riley Garsh read it. I think it's tough to tackle Justin LaChance from the top. Maybe a lower tackle could have brought him down, but Justin was able to sneak out of that and gain. I would say it looked like he gained about 12, 13, 14 yards on the play, when that's exactly what Plymouth North needed. But it does bring up a 4th down, and I would say about 5 or 6. So this is, if I would say, Steve, this is the play of the game right here. You have to make something out of this now. And he airs it out, and it's intercepted by Plymouth North High School. The ball was intended for number 9 on Plymouth South High School.
You saw Timmy DeRocha hold that ball as long as he could. He was waiting for his receiver to get to the spot that he was looking for, but not before Riley Garsh just swallowed him up. Riley Garsh is gigantic and just came right over and crushed.
And that was
Timmy D right there. We'll get to see the replay right here.
TJ Cohane with a nice interception.
Oh.
Trying to get it out there. There's 2 into double coverage, and a little bit of air there for TJ. He was able to get up and get to the ball first. And, I would say that it just the Plymouth South became defense on that, trying to Nick Quadrico became a defense line. Oh, and now look at this nice run by Seamus Murphy. Opened up a hole, and he just ran through it.
And that's what you do. If you're North right now,
yeah,
you don't need to put the ball in the air.
Nope.
No need for that. Keep that thing on the ground. Killian Murphy, Z-Motel, Killian Murphy, Z-Motel, over and over again. No need to put the ball at risk.
We'll have to see the usage of timeouts as we get down to just over 6 minutes left in the game. See how Coach Fazzetti uses those timeouts to try to manage the clock to give his team an opportunity. And as you said, Steve, they're going to give it right back to Seamus Murphy, and they're going to get positive yards. It took a bunch of Plymouth South High School linemen to bring him down. And he still gets positive.
I don't want to switch topics. I want to stay in the game, but I do want to highlight some of these people that were out at halftime that put a lot of time and effort into their craft, and I don't think that we understand, from where we sit and what we watch all the time, like what goes into these things like the dance program. And the girls, they go out there at halftime and do a dance routine for 3 minutes. They sit all game long, and then go out for 3 minutes and do what they do. But this dance team for South, they've actually qualified to go to Florida to nationals. They're in the middle of paying for that themselves, and they've got a fundraiser coming up on December 3rd and December 9th. They're doing a hot chocolate drive or hot chocolate fundraiser from 5 to 7 on December 3rd and December 9th. So if you want to go over and help these girls out, make a donation, buy some hot chocolate, that will help fund what they're doing.
And I would say, even just to add to that, is you see them dance out there, but the amount of preparation and practice that they do to be able to get out there, it looks easy to us, but the amount of practice and preparation, if you've ever tried to dance, Steve, it's not an easy thing. But they put in a lot of time and effort to be able to come out here and entertain and get the crowd here hyped up. So it's not as easy. The 3 minutes takes probably hours and days and hours of time practicing and mastering their craft.
There's also the North dance team. So from what I hear, there were 3 girls who were going to the Manomet School of Dance. They recruited the coach, who's Jackie Kelly, recruited her to be the dance coach for this North team. So the team's grown. They went from 9 players last year, or 9 members last year, to 17 this year. So that program's growing. There's something that I learned about the band.
Okay.
I spoke with Bonnie. I don't know Bonnie's last name, but
Holmes, Bonnie Holmes. Yep.
Bonnie runs the band. I didn't realize that the band is unified, so to speak. It's all under one umbrella. It's North and South. And she said that their uniform, if you look at the band's uniform, you can see them right over there in the right-hand corner. You and I can. But they've got the Panther colors and as well as the North colors on the uniform. So all new news to me. But they're out. There's a shot of the band. Yeah, it's amazing. And then Bonnie went into such detail with me. We were talking about cold weather and how you play these instruments and deal with the elements. And the people will come out and they're playing in the rain. The drums don't sound the same. The fingers are freezing. They've just got to deal with all kinds of things. But one thing that stood out to me is she told me that to start their season, they will have 8-hour practices, 5 days a week for 8 hours. And I'm like, wow, that is an amazing testimony to their dedication.
Commitment, yeah.
And it just...
All right, looks like, I hate to interrupt you there, but we had another touchdown for Plymouth North High School, Killian Murphy, once again. So, I would say that, the band, they practice in conditions too. They're not inside. I've driven through North High School, and it's 33 degrees, and sometimes they're out on the field practicing, or it's 100 degrees and they're out on the field practicing. So they deal with the elements just like the football team.
Bonnie wanted me to mention that this year they have a new color guard coach, and they are thrilled with her, is what they said. The color guard handles the flags and I think rifles too. So that's Erica Duffy is the
All right, we're going to see the replay of that last play. Hands it right off to Killian Murphy and enters the end zone with ease. So yeah, and you know, a lot of this just doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of work, a lot of coaching, practicing from all aspects of today's. You get this showcase. We got the showcase here, whether it's the cheerleaders. I know the South cheerleaders and the North cheerleaders were in Worcester last weekend competing, and they both competed very strongly out there. These kids get up real early, get on a bus, drive out to Worcester. The week before, they were in Franklin. The week before that, they were in Fall River. So there is a high level of commitment that goes along with being on some of these teams. And I think it's great because it just makes your high school experience that much better in the connections that they make with their teammates, with their coaches, last forever. So, all right, so that makes it 28-7, Plymouth North High School. We have about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game, so some magic has to happen here for Plymouth South High School to come back. And I would say that this has been a pretty competitive game. The score is 28-7. I would say if you had to ask me what was the difference, I would say turnovers. I think there was 3 turnovers for Plymouth South High School, and I think that cost them. And if you talk to a coach, ball possession is so important. Ball security is so important. But I think at least the last interception was more Timmy DeRocha had to create something because it was 4th down and made a pass into double coverage. But I think that was all he had. So we have someone new behind center. It's number 15, Lucas Swift, who replaced Timmy DeRocha. Made a nice complete pass to Justin LaChance. So Coach Frew is going to maybe change it up at the helm and see if he can create some magic here going into towards the end of the game.
I think it was difficult. It's a tall order for the South offense to generate anything when you really just have this 1 or 2 plays in your playbook that you're working from, and it's all running through number 3, and it's just for anyone, it's difficult for any offense to operate that way with the limited options, and unfortunately at the beginning of this game we learned that they lost 2 of their starters, and that would have probably made a big difference offensively for South. They would have competed at a completely different level.
Yeah, and Lucas Swift has made a couple completions here just before this missed pass. He had a nice completion to Dylan Volkringer. So he seems to be, it's not easy coming into a game, 4th quarter. We're nice and warm in the booth, but the wind's blowing, and it's a little chilly on the field. And to come into a game with 3 minutes left, it's not easy. And he must have been warming up over there because he's made a couple nice passes to move the ball towards the north zone. Looks like they're going to let him air it out again. Nice pass to number 21, Jacob Barton. Tackled pretty easily by number 27 of Plymouth North High School, Nick Reardon.
Jacob Barton, taken down by Eagles, number 27, Nick Reardon.
Nick Reardon, I'm sorry, I said Barton. Nick Reardon with a nice tackle. North's defense is all over Plymouth South High School. They don't give, even if they have a completion, Plymouth North High School is right there to take them down. But Lucas Smith is throwing a nice ball. That pass was intended for number 21, Jacob Barton, just off his fingertips. But he put that in a place where, it would have been difficult for Plymouth North High School to take it. The last thing they want to do now is hand the ball over to Plymouth North High School at the end of the game. And Mr. Parcelin is walking the Battle of the Rock trophy. He's leaving. So he'll be bringing that down. We still don't know which direction that trophy is going to, but if I was a betting man.
No, we don't bet.
Well, we don't. But if I was, I would say it would probably find its home this year at Plymouth North High School, leaving Plymouth South High School. All right, Lucas Swift is going to try to find time. He's got plenty of room. He's going to use his legs, making a couple nice moves, but he was met by number 8 of Plymouth North High School, Dayton Costa. And again, looking at that tackle, it looks like it's easy here, but Lucas had a couple nice moves, and Dayton really just kept his eyes on the numbers and was able to bring him down pretty easily, where if he got by Dayton, he had some open field there.
Yeah, Swift is a shifty, mobile quarterback. Looks like he's got a strong arm, a lot of options for him, and he's only a junior, so we're going to see him available again next year when this rematch happens.
And I'd say, like we said in the beginning, South is a young team. For some of these kids, it's the first time in a Thanksgiving Day game, and the North High School, a lot of seniors that have been here before. So I think that does make a difference when you're in a game like this. So we were, I don't know if you know this, Steve, we were in the presence of greatness here. Mr. Ray Burton running the clock, his 50th year officiating these type of games, which is a commitment of its own. And Ray, not only just an excellent clock keeper and time operating the clock, he does a lot for our community. There's a lot of things that Ray and his wife do throughout our community, but one of the things that he does for us at PCIS personally is runs what they call a yard sale. And this yard sale, they come in every day during lunches and sell items at a reduced cost, and all the money that we raise goes to families in need at PCIS so they can have gift cards over the holiday season. And the commitment they have to that is unbelievable. All right, so finishing up here, we just want to thank our EDTV broadcast crew here. Again, there are many things that happen throughout this this production. So Brian Byrne, I'd like to start with him. He's the director. He was here last night, this morning. Evan McNamara, the production manager. Seth Sprague, production specialist. Libby Hurley, communication specialist. Jonah Perlow, video production assistant. Kira McLaughlin, a senior at Plymouth South High School, was here. Sam Murphy, Plymouth North High School graduate, back here, as well as Joe Nicholson. These guys are weathering the cold. They come in here every Thanksgiving and do such a tremendous job to bring this to you. Not everyone can get to the field. Some people live far away. Some people have to get ready for Thanksgiving. There are limitations on availability to get to the stadium. So having this broadcast for those families and the work that EDTV does, not only during this game but throughout the year, is amazing. We are very fortunate to have such a dedicated staff. So thank you, EDTV. Thank you, families, for joining us. We want to really congratulate both Plymouth North and Plymouth South High School football teams. They put in a grind here today. These are the type of games you hate to see someone have to lose, but it is sports, and that's what happens. So we want to congratulate both teams. They put on a great performance. You can see the high fives and the handshakes. But again, going back to our game summary, the game ended at 28-7. We had 8 penalties for North and 5 for South. That really didn't change the game much, but I think the big part was the turnovers that for Plymouth South High School. That 3 turnovers to none for Plymouth South High School. I think that had a change in the game, and a couple great plays by the quarterback, Logan Zemotel, Seamus Whiting, Killian Murphy, Riley Gosh, Matt Tull with a lot of great tackles. TJ Cohane with an interception and a couple nice plays. Sean King, a lot of great plays by Plymouth North High School. So right now you can see Coach Frew is going to be talking to his team. Unfortunately, they came out at the short end of the stick here and are going to go home. But he should be very proud of his team and what they've done all season long. Making the playoffs, a 6-4 record. They took Bill Ricker, which is a very good team, into overtime. He's had his ups and downs as a season. So he and Plymouth South should hold their heads high from this game. And then to go to Plymouth North High School is when I talked to Coach Whidden last night, he's like, it's been a roller coaster. He feels like they play up to the competition. And I would agree, just seeing their schedule and having to play Duxbury and Marshfield twice, both going to the Super Bowl, and be able to put up good numbers on both those teams, but then have a tough time with Silver Lake, with North Quincy. So you could see they have their peaks and valleys in their season, and it's probably not the season they wanted, but I'll tell you what, this is a nice way to finish your season for Plymouth North High School with the Battle of the Rock Trophy going back to Plymouth North High School. And again, just hosting a great day. Scoreboard seemed to work this year, so that was good. That was tough last year when we didn't have a scoreboard. And this year
it worked in North's favor.
Yep.
This is a great win for them. The season, like you had mentioned, it has been a bit of a roller coaster and inconsistent. And this is a very nice way to end the season if you're North. It has not been easy, and the seniors get to ride off in the sunset. This is a beautiful way to end things for them. The trophy back here at North finally, so that's nice for them. I mean, I guess the
all right, we are heading down for the presentation of the Battle of the Rock Trophy. We can maybe hear what Miss Fry's saying.
Boys. Let's go. That's all right, you don't need that arm. Yes, sir. Pull up the one, boy.
It's next man up. I think South did a good job. Next man up, Justin LaChance, Timmy DeRocha. We had, Dylan Volkringer, Nick Rodrigo. All those guys really stepped up and nice. But, football's a funny sport. Sometimes you have all your starters there. Sometimes you don't. And I would say if you ask Coach Frew, about the game, there would be no excuses. Plymouth North High School outplayed them, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and had better ball protection too. So great battle. I look forward to next year because I think this is going to build something.
I agree. Now there's built-in drama, and I am certainly looking forward to next year. And like we had talked about, this South team is filled with some sophomores and juniors, and a lot of them will be back. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup again. That is for sure. Well, that'll be the 28th meeting next year is what it'll be.
All right, so it is Thanksgiving, and I asked both coaches what their favorite Thanksgiving food was. I know Coach Whidden, his cousin Jill Leiden makes cheesy potatoes. That's what he can't wait to get home to. Coach Frew, it's the stuffing. He's really looking forward to the stuffing. I have to ask you, what are you looking forward to most going back, and what's going to be on the table later this afternoon?
Well, actually, this year it's going to be, I guess, an untraditional sort of dish that we'll have. It's mac and cheese, but we're going to have lobster mixed in with it. So that I'm looking forward to. I usually don't have that, and I think it'll be a nice change up. I'm not a turkey guy.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I'm not a turkey guy. I never go to a restaurant and crave turkey and say, geez, how's your turkey? I never do that. I'll order like a steak or something like that. It's just...
Yeah, I would say too. I'm just looking forward to go back to the stuffing, and that's my bread and butter. Right? That's my staple. I like the stuffing, and hopefully you guys at home have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a healthy and safe Thanksgiving, enjoying family and friends. We look forward to being back here next Thanksgiving with all of you. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Enjoy.